So I wanted to show how I put together offers for my clients when I'm submitting an offer on behalf of them. So I wanted to kind of walk through that. So um, we're assuming that the whole offer package has been signed. It's been put in a folder on my desktop, and so that way everything is saved. So you want to make sure that everything is ready whenever you're preparing to submit the offer. So you want to have the fully signed offer, which we're pretending like that is. You want to have the pre-approval, which is what that is, the proof of funds. And then I also put together a buyer cover letter, and also the buyer can put together their own letter if they want to. I leave that up to them. And so if they did have a buyer letter, you would include that in here as well. And so I just wanted to show you what the buyer cover letter sort of looks like. It will vary depending on, which lender, but this is basically going to give you an idea of what it looks like whenever I do submit offers. And so, obviously, a different logo here. You can put EXP if you're EXP. I have our Gwilt Group logo there too. You would put the address of the property, and I have this highlighted so that way you can put in the client's name, who they're pre-approved with, and then of course you'll want to change this up. But for us, I put a little bit about us, and actually on the more updated letters, I also have what our production is and all of that. So you may modify this to match what yours is, but for ours, I put what our production is and all of that. I have, my stats down here. So EXP, Icon Agent, Zillow 5-star agent, and all of that. And then I put my info here down at the bottom. And so that's basically what the cover letter looks like for whenever I'm submitting it. And it just helps make it look a lot more pulled together whenever you're submitting a cover letter with the offer instead of just submitting the offer. So um, I saw an agent do this quite a few years ago. And so I wanted to adapt this to my business. And so this is a part of every offer now that I put together. And so after I fill this out and I have everything ready, I will head over to Docusign. And so I will basically, so Docusign doesn't care if you have a Word doc or not because they'll convert it. So I basically take everything and drag and drop it. And then from here, I move things around. I usually like if the buyer ended up submitting a buyer letter to the seller, that will go at the very top. But since I don't have that, since this is just an example, we will put the buyer cover letter that I have at the top. And then I like to do the purchase agreement next. So all of the purchase agreement documents would go there. And then afterwards, I like to put the pre-approval, and then the proof of funds would go last. And so basically do it in that order to where letters first, offer, pre-approval, proof of funds. And I will then go and merge it. So if you don't already know how to do it, this is how you do it. And then go to next because we're not assigning any signatures. Everything's already been signed. Upload, continue, and then you have to download it just because of the way that Docusign has you do it. And then show in folder. And so copy that over there. And then what I usually do is I'll put property address, and then sometimes I'll do last name after that, and then put offer package. And then from there, I take this, put the offer in the email before I forget. And then obviously you're going to want to go get the agent's email. Make sure you look at what their offers email is in MLS. And so you'll put their email up there. I'm just going to pretend like this is to me because I would hate for this to go to anybody else. And then I always CC David just because he is on the team with me. That's how I do that. And then I just have this offer template email just because I, after submitting so many offers, you want to have something that's standard that makes it a lot quicker to go with. And so offer, and then I would just put property addresses, and I would put the full property address. And then I would say hi, and then put the agent's name. And then here, I put it is with pleasure that we submit or present an offer on behalf of our buyer for the subject property. And if there's anything that's not in the letter or our letter, I will put it here like, hey, they're willing to do, a quicker close or whatever that needs to go there if it's not in the offer. And then for the offer, let's just say we're doing 700,000. And then if you wanted to highlight the fact that there was an escalation clause, you put 700,000 or 5,000 above any offer up to 725 or whatever the terms are. I like to highlight that just in case agents miss it because it goes in the financing section of the offer. And sometimes it can be easy to miss. And then for earnest money deposit, it's typically 3%, closing 30 days or whatever the closing period is, inspection contingency, everybody's doing 7 days or less, 12 days for appraisal, or if they're waived, I'll put waived, and then 15 days for loan. And then any other terms I will put here as well that's not normally in the offer, such as the buyer won't ask for a certain amount of repair costs. So say they're not asking for, 5,000 worth of repairs. So I won't put the actual language, but I'll just kind of abbreviate. So 5,000 of repairs waived. And then say they wanted to offer a 30-day lease back for free. So, seller can stay in place. Seller may lease back for up to 30 days at no cost to seller. And then anything else that you have in there that's not normal or you want to highlight is what I put in there. And so if there's anything else like, hey, we waive the home warranty, or the buyer will cover up to a $20,000 appraisal shortage, anything like that, I'll highlight that in other terms. And then that is pretty much how I put together the offer and make sure that it's attached one more time. And since I have this handy, it's called write-in box, I will use that to set a reminder. And so what I typically do is after I submit an offer, I will also text the agent and say, hey, we submitted an offer on, give them the property address. And then if I don't hear back from them, I will call them. And then I will want to go ahead and set this reminder. And so I can set the reminder for, and of course it's going to vary depending on when offers are due. So say there's reviewing offers and you need to get it in before tomorrow at noon or something, I would respond, or I would set the reminder to tomorrow morning, or I could do tomorrow afternoon, or I could even set a specific time to follow up with them. And so, but yeah, that is how I put together my offer packages, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback on how David and I submit our offers. And so I just wanted to show how I do and how we do all of our offer packages so that way you can replicate and do the same. Or if you're one of our buyers watching this, so that way you can see how we put together your offer to submit it. And it's not just a let's real quickly put this together and get it out. We put a lot of thought and detail behind it and to make sure that you're very well represented. So yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. And